trouble.
I don't like our odds. Caitlin Clark, WNBA Rookie of the Month, packing arenas while averaging 17 and 6 assists. That's not enough to make the Olympic roster. She got left off, but here's two sound bites. Caitlin and Fever coach Christy Sides.
Honestly, no disappointment. Like, I think it just gives you something to work for. You know, that's a dream. You know, hopefully one day I can be there, and I think it's just a little more motivation. You remember that, and you know, hopefully in 4 years, when 4 years comes back around, you know, I can be there.
We talked actually on the bus. She got the call on the bus, and she texted me to let me know. And you know, I just tried to keep her spirits. I mean, the thing she said was, "Hey, coach, they woke a monster," which I thought was awesome.
You gotta get your
I feel
PR.
like she and Caitlin didn't exactly get on the same messaging train here. It's no big deal. It woke a monster. Like, that was a private conversation.
Did Caitlin get snubbed?
Okay, I implore once again all of my colleagues to please take a breath before these conversations, because the Caitlin Clark conversation is in the process of jumping over into the political realm, and it's going to get even grosser. I'm just letting you know, there have been someone who might end up being a vice presidential nominee, not Aaron Rodgers, was out here tweeting today, damn near demanding an investigation about why she wasn't on there.
What?
I bet Wilds, we'll see if I'm right, that there will be a Caitlin Clark-related question at a White House press conference this week, because this has become a culture war, because everything God knows must be culture war. When in reality, I think there is totally legitimate arguments, and I rarely feel this way, on both sides of this. I think if you want to say she is not good enough yet, that's fair. Mm-hmm. The numbers would say she's probably not. She's not good enough yet, and it's the Olympic team, and giving her a spot takes one away from someone else. It is also totally legitimate to say we roll in the Olympics every year. We can afford having, you know, someone who's the 20th best or 24th best instead of the 12th best because of what it would potentially do to grow the game. That's legitimate. And I also think that door somewhat got open brew by Diana Taurasi's inclusion. So Diana, and we can show you their numbers. They're having a shockingly similar season. So points and rebounds basically identical. Field goal percentage is identical. Caitlin has way more assists and way more turnovers to go along with it. Mm-hmm. Diana has very few assists, very few turnovers. You know, so Caitlin's not yet in her prime. Diana's past her prime. Diana, I think, got in because she's Diana freaking Taurasi. Right. And she's earned, you know, she deserves it. But you then can't say we're just doing our 12 best. Right. So I think there's fair arguments on both sides. I just wish everyone didn't get so angry about it at all times when it relates to this young lady.
Snubbed is the wrong word, because as you said, you can argue for all the other 12 players, and you're right, Taurasi, but she's a legend.
She's a legend.
Right, so we get that. All right. You can also argue for Caitlin Clark. Like, this notion that she's not playing well, of course she's not doing what she did in college, but you saw the number 16.6. She's fourth in the league in assists. She's averaging almost 17 points a game. She is on pace to become only the 5th player in history in the WNBA, history, not rookie, player, to have a 15-5-5 season. She's playing for a rookie. She's playing well. Now, she still may not be one of the 12 best players in the world. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But like you said, we've won 7 straight gold medals. Yeah. When we won the last one, we whooped Japan by like 15. Yeah. We won 55 straight games. We're going to win, no matter who that 12th or 11th man or woman in this case is. I think, though, while you can't say she was snubbed, it was a mistake to leave her off. Because to grow the game of women's pro basketball here in America. It just is what it is. And the players can, if they're angry, because a lot of them saying they aren't, whatever it is, she brings eyeballs to the sport. They're going to roll this year in the Olympics. And not many people are going to watch or care about it. If you had her on there, people would be watching and caring, and that would lift the whole league. She's already lifted the whole league to some degree. And she's not the best player ever. It may not be fair, but it's happening. All right? And it's not her doing. And so they should have had her on there for PR reasons. Like you said, Taurasi, Christian Laettner on the freaking Dream Team. Isaiah Thomas wasn't on it. Like, we haven't always just had the best players. So I think it was a mistake PR-wise not to have her on.
Let me read this quote from Christine Brennan of USA Today. Two sources, both longtime U.S. basketball veterans and with decades of experience in the women's game, told me Friday that concern about how Clark's millions of fans would react to what would likely be limited playing time on a stacked roster was a factor in the decision-making.
Yeah. They would have been blowing people. They're going to be blowing people out. She probably would have got enough minutes.
I think, well, so a couple things. One is I do think people are overstating to a degree how much more eyeballs her being the 11th person on the roster would bring. Because she's not going to start. Even if she was on there, she wouldn't be starting. She wouldn't be playing huge minutes. So I do think people are overstating it to a degree. I also think that point right there is an insane way to operate a business or a team. And it gets back to, oddly, a conversation we had about Angel Reese, which is too many people are making decisions or letting their life be run by make-believe people who live in their phone. What are we talking about? Her millions of fans. The games are in Paris, y'all. Yeah. They're not going to be there. What are we talking about? What they're really talking about is people are going to send some tweets, yo. They're going to be sending some angry tweets. Where's Caitlin? That's what it is. Like, what do you actually mean her millions of fans are going to be angry? What does that anger actually manifest itself as, other than angry tweets? I'm being serious. Like, I don't, and so I think it is legit. I disagree with you, Brew, that it was definitively a mistake.
It was a mistake.
But I also, you know who I think maybe it's not good for the overall health of the WNBA, which you can say women's basketball's Olympic team's not in charge of that, whatever. You know what I think it's good for? Caitlin Clark and the Fever. I think it's
because they woke a monster?
No, because she's going to, remember how they had all those games and she finally had 4 days off and had her best game of the year. She had 30 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and it was also against the worst team in the league. She's now going to be rested. The team is going to be rested because they had all those back-to-backs early.
And you think she's going to play great?
Yeah.
Then that's going to look even worse for the Olympic team.
I think the Olympic
it's going to look even worse.
Gold.
Yeah, but people wanted to see her be on it.
Could have made the 3-on-3 team.
Wilds literally just wants anything that's yours or mine. Wilds just wants to spoil. Have you or I ever at 3:15 one day been like, oh, coming up on Weird and Wonderful? No. And by the way, he does it every day.
No, but you talk over my whole thing here.
Well yeah, because it needed to be done.
Exactly. See, Hubs is yelling at me now. Okay, Panther Stallions. Jordan Thomas had a sick touchdown, but you're not going to hear about it because this guy.
We also saw it in Weird and Wonderful. It was great. He got his helmet knocked off. Bronze medal. Brahma's running back Anthony McFarland. $1.15, touchdown, 25-15 win over the Battlehawks. Silver medal, Brahma's quarterback Chase Garbers. He goes for about 74% passing, 197 yards, 2 touchdowns, same win over the Battlehawks. And then a shocking development. So how about this?
Wow.
Adrian Martinez plays quarterback for the Stallions. He's going to win league MVP. In fact, he literally was named league MVP in like 20 minutes ago. He got benched in this game. Trying to get to the championship game. Matt Corral comes in and cooks. Well, he throws a pick, then cooks. 9 for 11, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, and gets the goal. Wow. Quarterback controversy? I don't know.
Maybe. It's like Jacksonville.
I don't know.
He went into the big game? Yeah. Wow.
In that scenario, Trevor Lawrence wins league MVP, but then gets benched in the AFC title game? Okay, I'll allow it.
I could see it.
I'll allow it.
Game 3, Wednesday at 8:30. Mavs favored by 1.5. Here's the thing, though. Celtics have not lost an away game since April 9th. April 9th against the Bucks. You may remember that as the famous wincing game. Giannis wincing. That was the wincing game, and then the Celtics ended up losing. Are you surprised the Celtics are underdogs here, bro?
No, I mean, they got to get back in the series, right? Dallas, they haven't been as great at home. 5-3 at home.
Yeah, but this is